Welcome back. It is Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals. The Boston Celtics are in Miami trying to force Game 7. I got my favorite player prop, any long shot, same game parlay coming your guys' way. But first off, as always, you got to recap how we did in the last game, although I wish I could speed past it because the whole streak continued. It was an 0-3 day. It's been brutal over here in the postseason. Grant Williams did not get it done. He ended with 6 points on the hook. Derek White under, one of my worst reads of the season. Not going to sugarcoat that. And then our same game parlay misses because Jimmy Butler just didn't show up. We needed 25 points out of him. I think he ended with 14. And I've probably said this too many times, but I've sucked this postseason. I think we're down 13 units on the dot or right around there on the postseason. And it's been bad. Look, I can't come out here and say, I'm putting in the research, just the plays are not coming our way and the reads just haven't been there. But I am not a quitter. I've done a video almost every single day, all season long. Not just going to bail on you guys for the last, 9 games maximum that we have left. Just going to dial it back. Only going to have one pick. Probably do a long shot, same game parlay. And maybe if we start getting into a groove, over the next couple of games, maybe going into the finals, maybe we'll start doing more picks. But I just have not had a good read, especially on this Heat and Celtics series. But either way, I got one pick coming your guys' way. From a long-term perspective, it's been a great season, but I know a lot of you guys might be new, and all you've seen recently is just me losing money, losing your guys' money. So either way, let's dive into our favorite picks. We're going to a guy that's on my shirt, on the thumbnail, guy we desperately need to show up. Cost us some coin in Game 5. It's Jimmy Butler. Yeah, we're counting on him over 42.5 points, rebounds, and assists, minus 111 on FanDuel. Now, I'd probably play this to right around minus 130. Might have been minus 115 or so. I don't see this line going up to 43.5. Honestly, if it does, probably pivot to his points plus rebounds line. And I'll talk about a couple of different reasons why. But let's talk about Jimmy Butler first and foremost. And look, it was a borderline no-show in Game 5. He really got off the slow start in that one. I think 4 points in the first quarter, despite playing all 12 minutes, and just never got anything going. 10 field goal attempts, 14 points. Look, I'm not here to, and here's my not so bold prediction. If Jimmy Butler scores 14 points today, well, we'll be back in Boston for Game 7 on Monday. I'm more with it. Jimmy Butler's going to have to step up here, but let's take a long term. Let's look at exactly how he's done so far in the series, because it's been a very up and down series for Jimmy Butler. But let's look at his numbers. You saw in Game 1, came out scorching, 47 PRAs, 25 field goal attempts. Now in Game 2, 41 PRAs, 25 field goal attempts once again. Then you see the numbers keep going on down and down and down. So only over in 2 of 5 games so far this series, but something I did notice is that, his minutes haven't been high, but haven't been so high that this number is, creeping outside of the realm of possibility. But we saw the most minutes he's played was in Game 1 when he played 43 minutes. And that was the game he had 47 PRAs. You look at last year when these two teams obviously matched up, they went to 7 games. You saw Jimmy Butler in Game 6 and 7 play 46 and 48 minutes. Eric Spoelstra's got to play him a lot of minutes, and unless foul trouble or something random happens, I think he's going to be out there a lot of minutes. And he's been producing normally when he's on the court, minus, a couple games where he just hasn't shot the ball a ton, or when his teammates have been cooking. I don't anticipate his teammates showing up in a big way in Game 6. So I think Jimmy's going to have to carry the show. Now, especially Gabe Vincent. We don't know, as I record this, don't know Gabe Vincent's status. Could he be healthy? Could he be out there? Yes. Could he not be out there? Yes. I don't really know. I don't think it really matters, in my opinion. Either way, if he's out there, he's going to be limited. Probably not going to play his full complement of minutes or be as efficient as he normally is. And if he's not out there, Jimmy Butler should get some more usage. But you saw last year in Game 6, when these two teams obviously went to Game 6, the Heat had to win that game. He had 47 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists, 64 PRAs in 46 minutes. Now in Game 7, 35 points, 9 rebounds, only 1 assist, but still got the 45 PRAs. And so the field goal attempts were there, and I fully expect Jimmy Butler to come out here, be pretty aggressive, shooting a ton. If you want just the individual line, I like his points. Honestly, I like his rebounds over 2. Now, like I said, if Jimmy's not aggressive in this game, they're going to have a hard way to win this game. I mean, they're going to need, a Game 4 type or Game 3 type performance when all the Heat role players all showed up. You saw Duncan Robinson showing up, Caleb Martin. You saw Gabe Vincent had a big game. If those guys really aren't showing up, Jimmy Butler's a guy that's going to have to carry this team, and I think he will have to do his thing. And we've seen Jimmy Butler normally when he gets 20 or 25 field goal attempts, the numbers are pretty good. This should be a lower scoring game. Expect some rebounds out there. Expect the ball at Jimmy Butler's hands a ton, and I just think Jimmy Butler's going to show up in this game. Man, his back against the wall. You kind of need this one. Obviously, Eric Spoelstra and the Heat and Jimmy Butler know if they have to go to Game 7 again in Boston, the chance to win and go down a lot higher. You want to try to finish it at home the best you can. Well, I'm not saying that the Heat win this game. I think Jimmy Butler's going to have to try his hardest. He's going to play 45 maybe minutes today. I think he has a big night, so I'll take his over on Saturday, taking Jimmy Butler over 42.5 points, rebounds, and assists. My favorite individual lines would be his over in points, then rebounds, and then assists if you just had to bet individually, but I'd rather combine them all in case Jimmy Butler wants to go out there, drop a triple-double, which I don't know the odds on that, probably like plus 1,000. But We're riding with you, Jimmy Butler. Go get it done. Over 42.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Now, like I said, I'm not going to force any other plays. I only want one unit tied up in this game. I do have a long shot parlay coming on in 1 second. And I'll maybe talk about a couple leans, but let's talk about this long shot parlay real quick. And you'll see, there it is on the screen. There's a bunch of different legs in here. And some could argue this is probably a donation, but the guy, while I only have one pick, and that's going to be Jimmy Butler, that's all I'm going to track towards my record. I want to at least have something else to sweat the whole game. And, it's no fun just having one thing. We're all degenerates here, so I want to have a couple different things. So we'll rely on a lot of different guys. We'll be watching a lot of different guys do a lot of different things. But you see a lot of alternate unders here. This is on FanDuel. It's plus 526. Now, it is, as I record this, May 26th, so maybe that's good odds or good vibes, with the odds being the same as the date. Either way, I'll take anything that I can. When you're watching this, it could be May 27. But either way, let's talk about these legs and why I don't think it's as crazy as the plus 526 odds suggest it might be. Now, for starters, let's start with Bam Adebayo. He is under his 23.5 points line that I have here for in all 5 games this series, and he's under in all 16 playoff games so far. He has had some good games, but normally caps off at the 23-point line, which he's ended in a lot of different games. If you see Bam Adebayo going for 24 or 25 points, tip your cap to him. I won't even be mad, but I just don't see him having a big night. Obviously struggled offensively the past couple games. Got it going last game, but still only ended with 16 points. Now, let's go to Derek White, though. His next one is where I'm taking his under 18.5 points or 17.5 points. Now, yes, Derek White burned me last game, and this is my stake in the sand. I mean, look, he's gone under in 4 of 5 games this series. He's gone under in 15 of his last 16. If Derek White goes out there and makes 6 threes, shoots super efficiently from the field, you tip your cap to him. I just don't see it happening on the road here. I had a bad read for taking his under when they're at home. Look, I'll take my lumps there, but I'd be very surprised if you see Derek White have another big game scoring 18 plus points. Not that he can't hit his regular over, but 18 points, I just don't see it happening. I probably guarantee you he thinks that probably scores like 6 points today, because that's just how it works. Now, let's talk about Jason Tatum taking his under 36.5 points. This is obviously an alternate line. He's under this in all 5 games this series, and under in 16 of 18 this postseason. And then you talk about his assists, under 7.5 assists in 3 of 5 games this series. So he's had a good track record going over, but 16 of 18 overall. You obviously saw Tatum have 11 assists last game, had 7 in game 4. Yeah, he's had some more assists, but I think Spoelstra's going to make some defensive adjustments, trying to do something and not kind of mess with Tatum. Tatum's obviously been super, super good. He's been the catalyst, the reason the Celtics offense has been cooking the last 2 games. I think Spoelstra comes up with a different defensive game plan, probably keeps him off, just not in rhythm, which he looks like he's been in rhythm the last 2 games. I don't see a ton of assists coming his way. I don't see a ton of points coming his way. If he somehow, gets 37 points, whatever, I can live with that. But I also don't see him dropping 8 assists like he has twice this series. I think he goes down to probably 3, 4, 5 assists if I had to guess. Now let's talk about Jaylen Brown. He's under 28.5 points in all 5 games this series, and all 12 in the last 12 straight playoff games. He also has 2+ assists in all 18. He really just looks banged up, honestly. He just doesn't look 100% out there. Could he score, over his 22.5 points? Maybe. But I just don't know if he's dropping, a 29-30 piece in this game. Should be a lower scoring game. I'll fade Jaylen Brown to 28.5 points. Still think he gets those 2+ assists. And then the last leg will be Jimmy Butler for 8+ rebounds. He had done that in 3 straight prior to last game. If there is a leg to ruin us, this is probably the one. But like I said, he's going to play a lot of minutes here. I don't necessarily think he's 100% the defender on Jason Tatum. He's kind of been floating around, sometimes guarding Marcus Smart in the corner. So I think Jimmy Butler will be out there. He's going to play a ton of minutes, and you can grab 8 rebounds. I've seen crazier things happen. So you combine all these things in all together, plus 526. It might seem crazy. Worth noting, hitting games 3 and 4, all these 7 legs, both of those in Miami. Can hit in a 3rd straight game in Miami. Hey, I'm willing to take a chance on it. I only put 0.2 units on it just to win back a little over 1. I'm not going to track these long-term things, these long shots towards my record, but there's just something fun that I'm going to be sweating. You don't have to tail it just for fun. My one official pick for 1 unit will be Jimmy Butler's over 42.5 PRAs. That's what I'm riding with. Now, if you're curious who I think wins this game, honestly, I could see it going either way. I did consider taking the Celtics team total under 106.5. And I also consider Bam Adebayo over 8.5 rebounds, 2 other additional leans. But like I said, only 1 play, 1 long shot. Don't need to put a ton of units on because I know I've been pretty bad over the last couple weeks. But either way, let's go 1-0 today. Let's maybe cash this long shot for another extra unit to the bankroll. Either way, let's have a great day. I'll see you guys back again, maybe for Game 7, if not for Game 1 of the NBA Finals. I'll see you guys then. Peace.